Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys a guillotine setup from turtle that's going to switch into a Darce choke, and I guess it'd be like a no-gi Ezekiel. So we're going to start the turtle position. So a lot of times if we get to this like almost like a front headlock position in wrestling, here to here, the guy's going to be way more conscious of his neck because he knows that his neck's open there. So a lot of times the chin tucks in really tight, and it can be tough sometimes to set up a guillotine there. So let's say that we get here, we'll spin around to the back, and we're here in this position. You know, we can threaten like we're going for the back. In wrestling, a lot of times you would put pressure here in the neck, and what we're going to do is a lot of times if you push somewhere on the person's body, a lot of times instinctively they just push back up. So we're going to push in the neck a little bit, and a lot of times you'll get someone to lift their head back up because no one likes getting their face crammed into the mat. So he starts to lift. As he lifts, we're going to take our hand and we're going to shoot in for this guillotine and sit our way to the side. So when we do this, you want to take right here on your thumb, right here at right above the wrist, and this is going to just snake around. And as we do this, we're going to switch our hips and drop back. Okay. Now the big thing with the guillotine is that we want to keep the guy, if you draw a center line down your body, you want to keep the person either at center or over to the side where the neck is. So once we get here, we can go arm out, finish here. If he does get his arm in, we can still finish with the arm and guillotine right there, no problem, okay? So let's look at it again. So here and here, staying heavy, pushing on the neck here. When it starts to raise up, pivot on the right foot over here, or whichever side you're at. Pivot on your foot, switch the hips, and go through. Again, we throw this leg over top just to try to stop him from being able to roll through or step over. And then again, when you finish, elbow comes up, okay? Now, what will most likely happen at some point when you're doing this is that the guy will start to defend. And raise up for a second. If he starts to defend, even if you can't get this second, you can't get the lock here, what we're going to use what's called a chin strap grip. It's a nasty grip here that lets you control the person's head. And we're going to, so we're here and here. Let's say he starts defending the neck, okay? We'll continue just to kind of keep this arm around, but I'm going to hold this grip with the chin strap. Insert the butterfly hook, and we're going to sweep over to the side. Now, there's two chokes we'll look at from this position. One is going to be this no-gi Ezekiel, because right here on the chin strap, he's still trying to pull, but if we can hold this, we're good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my hand in and put my form in right here, okay? And then as I come up, there's the choke, okay? So again, we're holding the chin strap here. We're going to take this hand, slide it through, and then again, notice this hand's going right across the artery. This one's here, so it's not a crank, okay? Right here. When we come up to your elbow here, I'm taking my elbow, posting up on it, and then I want to drop my weight and flex. The other one, let's say his arm's kind of in the way, and so I can't get this a little bit more difficult to do this. We'll sit up, and then we can even start to feed through the Darce. Right there, okay? So let's look at the combination again. So, in his turtle position, pushing on the head, he starts to raise up, switching through for a guillotine, okay? If he starts to defend, okay, whether it's arm in or arm out, he starts to defend, okay, put your butterfly hook in and then get the kick to the side, okay? If the arm's not in the way and he's like doubled up on the wrist, slide the hand in for the Ezekiel, okay? Or even let's say you have the guillotine, we have the grip here, but his arm's in the way, we can sit up, shoot the arm through. And when you go for this Darce, check this out. Use your elbow here to push the head down and then slide your hand through. Okay, so you came up with this arm in guillotine, push the head down, slide through, make your connection. Again, I've got shorter arms, so it's a little bit harder for me to get the bicep. Right here, you can drive through and shrug, or you can switch your hips towards the person, and again, we just flex. So there's 3 chokes that you can do from that position, and they all go really well together. Anything, sweet action?
The action was sweet on that.
All right, thank you.